All right, so this is how you do your grade assignment. We're going to create a spreadsheet in Google Documents that calculates your grade for this class. Make sure you allow the spreadsheet to be shared and then submit the URL to the spreadsheet. There's one video here already which you can watch, and there's also this file here that's going to help you. And I've got a couple students in my office and I'm showing this to you, so if you guys need questions, if you have questions, just stop and ask, because that'll be helpful to the video too. So the first thing you do is you go into Google. You log into Google. You want to make sure you're logged into Google. So if I'm at Google, I want to make sure that I'm logged in up here. If not, it'll say sign in. And once I'm signed in, I go to Google Documents. And then once in Google Documents, I click Create. And I'm going to create a spreadsheet. So now I create my spreadsheet. And this is where I'm going to calculate my grade. So one other thing you will need for this calculation is you're going to need the syllabus. So I click on syllabus, and then right there is the syllabus for the class, and 3, 2, 1, it opens up. And the reason I need the syllabus is because I need to know what each category is weighted. So I'll be using this information here, the weighting for each category in a moment. You'll also notice there's a helpful file here, this file, to help you. So if I click on that, it actually opens up all of the categories that you'll be using in this class. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at that syllabus, and I have assignments, quizzes on Blackboard, my IT Lab, class participation, or discussions if you're in my online class, and the final. So I'm going to come over here, and these are just the different areas within the class where I earn credit. So I have assignments. I'm typing this manually. I have Blackboard quizzes. So the quizzes I take on Blackboard, is it 2 Z's or 1? 2 Z's. 2 Z's, I think. Oh, 2 Z's there. My IT Lab exams. So I need to pass right now in the class. There's 9 of them. It might change. You just need to look at it whatever semester you're in. And there's a participation, or if you're in my online classes, this is discussions. And then there's the final. So these are the different categories. And I actually like to color code these. So I'm going to say, hey, this one is, and I'm going to make them colors where I could actually read the text.
Do you have to make them colors?
You don't have to. This just is for illustrative purposes. I also find it helpful, so I'm just making them different colors there. We'll do that one, that color. And then I'm going to list the weights here. So I'm going to select this whole column by clicking the column. Do you see how it gets highlighted? And I'm going to say that's going to be all formatted as percentages. So I just click that as percentages. Now when I type in 40%, because that's what assignments are worth, it shows 40%. Blackboard's worth 20%. My IT Lab exams are worth 15%. Participation is worth 15%. And the final is worth 10%. So that's basically the layout of the class. I could double click right there, and it kind of brings that in closer. So now I need to look at how much did I earn in each of these categories. How much did I earn in each of those categories? And then from that, I'll be able to calculate my grade in the class, and that will give me a number right here.
Do you have to do this for just your class, or how would we do this?
You can do this for any class you're in. You should do it for every class you're in.
But as far as submitting it in?
Yeah, for me, you just submit it for my class,
okay,
and
cool.
then you'll get credit on the assignment.
Cool.
So the next thing I'm going to use is these categories. I'm going to grab, first of all, what are the first ones? My assignments are kind of the first thing, so I'm going to grab all my assignments, which are right here. So I just highlight them. Control-C on my keyboard, or right-click and choose copy. And then I come over here, and I'm just going to paste them over here, right there. Control-V. So for whatever reason, when I right-click, they didn't paste, but then when I hit Control-V, they pasted. So hallelujah for that. I don't know why. Computers are just that way. You got to learn how to work them. And then you saw me double-click right here to get that to auto-fit. And the next one are going to be the quizzes. So I come back here, and all my quizzes are right there. So Control-C to copy. I just highlighted them and then hit Control-C to copy. Come back here, click up at the top, Control-V to paste. And I left a space here because I'm going to enter the scores I got on each of those projects in that area. And then after quizzes, I have my IT Lab exam, which is only one. No, well, that's only going to be one entry. I have participation, which is another big category. So I go back here and I select all the days that I can participate. If you're in my online class, this will actually just be discussion 1, discussion 2, that kind of stuff. And then I paste it in here. So there's all my participation. So now I can double click these again to get these columns to fit the text. That one's already been clicked. I'm going to format that one as %. I'm going to format this one as %. I'm going to format this one as %. I'm going to format this one as %. And the reason I did that is because now I can start entering scores. I don't care if they're real scores or bunk scores, right? Just enter scores. And then what you should do is you should actually use this tool for real, so you know your score, your grade in the class, right?
In any class.
In any class, so you know where you stand. It's just a good idea. And now I could enter scores for my quizzes. And it's all 0 to 100, right?
I'm getting 100 on everything. For sure. That's
a win for us.
So I entered scores for all those, and then I could enter my scores for here. Whoops, these are going to be hundreds. Let's say I've had fairly perfect attendance. So I'm just using autofill, but we haven't yet done these days. All right. Now, I'm going to double click again to get those scores to fit. And this is why I like the color coding, because now for the assignments, I'm going to color code all that so I could really clearly see. I'm going to go one more and the size so I could really clearly see, hey, that's all my assignments. I could see kind of the color coding associations. All right, I'll even do that one. And then my quizzes are going to be yellow. And so here are all my quizzes. And then my participation or discussions, if you're online, is going to be like that turquoise, whatever color you call that. So there's that one.
Nice.
And then I'm going to just kind of make that look symmetrical here, you know, with the colors. I'm liking it that way. I think it's that color. There we go. And I'm actually going to bring the final over here because I need a place for my final score to be entered. And I'm going to bring my TLab over here and make that percentage. Just make sure the whole column's percentage for fun. And right now I've got 0 on the final, and I'll just put 0 there. So remember the difference there, if you're a little confused what I just did. The difference there is that here is the weight that that category carries in the class. And then over here, let's say it will be the score that I got on the final. So say I got 78% on the final, and on my TLab, I did all 9 of them. I passed all 9 exams, so I got 100% on all my TLab. And so, you know, so what we do now is we figure out how much, you know, on average, what weight did I get in each category. So I'm going to find the quiz average. And I'm going to find, oops, sorry, that's assignments. I'll abbreviate it ASS average. Assignment averages. And now I'll do quiz average. And then I'll do participation average, right? And this won't have an average because they're single scores. You know, so I'm going to find, and I'll make that bold, and I'll make that bold, and I'll make that bold so it really stands out. And then I'll make these bold since those are the final figures for that. There's no finding the average in those categories. Okay, so what is an average? I had somebody in class yesterday who's like, I don't quite get that entire average thing. And an average would be like, here's an example.
Add them all up.
and divide
by how many
Yeah.
you added up.
Yeah, so let's say I had like 10 friends over for pizza, and we ate 70 slices of pizza all together. On average, each person ate 7. Right? So
Is there a way to make the program find the average for you?
Absolutely.
Like Excel does?
yeah, so what's the average I got on this? What's the average score for that I earned in assignments for all my assignments? I click in this cell right here, and then I go up here, and they've got all the little formulas right there.
Sum, average.
Right. You could also go to maybe data, no, tools, no, format, insert, function, and then they have a bunch in there, insert function. But right here, I'm going to choose average. And now this is kind of funky. Sometimes it doesn't read right. So if it doesn't read right, just hit escape on your keyboard, come back, choose average again. and you know, try. I'm trying to get it to tweak actually, but it's working really well on my computer. But yesterday it wasn't working well on some people's computer. So just look at your formula and make sure it's equals average colon E1, the first cell, that's E1, or sorry, parentheses E1 colon, meaning E1 through E20 in parentheses. So just make sure it reads right, hit enter, calculates your average. So do your average there, do your average here, and then I make sure it reads right, equals average, parentheses, G1 colon G16. That means G1 through G16 in parentheses, that's correct. And I do my average here. All right, so now I'm ready. Oop, I got to finish, get my average. So now I'm ready to start calculating my grade in my class. Well, I'm going to come over here to do that process. And my grade, 40% of my grade in the class is based upon this score. So I'm going to do an equal sign, 40% of my grade. So I click the 40%, multiplied by, hit multiplication on my keyboard, this sign right there. Look at that formula. It's B1, it's equal to B1 times, that's an asterisk, E21 right there, right? And so that now gives me 40% of that score, 27.16% of my grade in the class, you know, has come from my assignments. That's what I've earned towards my total grade in class. For quizzes, it's equal to that times that. So equal to 20%, that's the weight it carries in the class, times whatever I earned in that category. For my IT lab, it's just equal to whatever I earned on my IT lab. So I just put equal and then click on my IT lab. Oh, no, it's not. It's equal to the weight times my IT lab. Thank you.
Good thing you caught yourself, though.
Yeah. This one's equal to the weight times what I got on participation. This one is equal to the weight times what I got on the final. Enter. Now when I add up all those scores, come over here and choose this, sum, add all that up, right? C1 through C5, that's my grade in the class. So that is how...
No good. No good.
No good?
C is not.
That is how you calculate your grade in the class.
Nice.
Okay?
And then you would go to share.
Oh yeah, and then when you're done, you want to go to share. Thank you very much. And I'm done with this. Share, and it says private right now. Private. I want to change that. And I want to make it anyone with the link or public, one of those two, all right, and choose save, and then copy this link, and done, and then go to Blackboard, go to your grade, go to submit, or sorry, go to your grade and then paste in the link there and then hit submit, and that's how you submit it. Thank you for catching me on that. That's 12 minutes, 13 minutes.
I see what I was having trouble. It was I forgot to times the weight part, the last. That's what I was messing up on.
Yeah.
That's why things didn't add up properly.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you,
Yeah. I'll see you guys back in class.